My girlfriend seemed so sweet and innocent. Until I saw her in a casting corn video a friend sent me. When I confronted her, she broke down saying she was misled and felt trapped. Now I don't know if I can ever see her the same way again. My girlfriend is 20 and I am 23, and I met Jess at school in a hobby group last year, and we clicked right away. She was very sweet, we had similar interests, and just kind of meshed well together. We have been together for just over a year now, and we're talking about moving in together next year. A few days ago, a friend told me I needed to see something and sent me a link. Imagine my shock when I saw Jess on there. The whole thing was kind of surreal. It was like an amateur casting corn type flick, and she looked so nervous that it honestly made me kind of sad. But otherwise, my emotions were kind of a mess. I 100% never would have expected Jess to be the kind of person to do corn. If anything, she seemed so reserved and rather conservative. I confronted Jess about it, and she kind of broke down. She said she was a stupid 18-year-old and the guy sort of misled her. So she didn't even know it would be a corn video until she got to the place where they were shooting and she felt trapped. Apparently, her family had also found out about it, and it had caused huge havoc in her life. She said she should have told me, but was worried I would leave. I told Jess I would need to take some time to process things, and she said she understood. To be honest, I really don't know how to process this. If you had asked me earlier, I would have 100% said that I don't want to date a person who did corn. But now that it's a concrete question about a person I have strong feelings for, I just don't know. I can't really get the scenes I saw out of my mind, and I keep thinking that she is letting this man use her body like that for money. I don't know why it bothers me so much, but I guess I am more on the romantic side, and for me sex with Jess was a very intimate bonding act. Seeing her do the same acts with a stranger for money somehow changes how I see our own private life. Also, I can't lie, it bothers me that there is a chance all of our friends and our future friends, if we stay together, may see my girlfriend degraded like that. Does anyone have any advice? Should I try to get over this, or would it just be best to end things on a friendly note? Best comments. OP explained the reasons behind the girlfriend's decision to do corn. I can't say whether you should break up. You will need to decide whether this is a deal breaker. You aren't necessarily wrong for ending it if her past is too much to handle. It's a bit unfair to her, because she was young, and it sounds like she was taken advantage of and really regrets it happening. I don't think she should have to pay the price for a dumb mistake forever. But if you can't get over it, then that's just how it is. Jess herself doesn't consider what happened to her to be SA or abuse, so don't want to go that far. She had a return trip paid for and had a day to think over the offer before she signed the contract. And at that time, she said the money was just too difficult to pass up because she was struggling financially. She was not a child, and she wasn't abused. When she decided to do corn, she knew the risks. She should have just told him. He has no fault in this at all. I couldn't fade that video haunting my son at high school years down the road. A kid in my high school was bullied mercilessly for his mom appearing only as a swimsuit model. Couldn't even imagine how bad it would have been had she been on a casting couch having sex. You won't get good answers here because this is a personal choice. Either you can let it go or you can't. That shit will never be scrubbed off the internet, and she may regret where her choices led her, but nothing anyone can do now. Just have to reflect and decide. Update number 1, 14 days after the first post. Unfortunately, things went a bit downhill even more from the last post, and Jess and I are no longer together. At first, I thought I would try really hard to get past it. Like I said, I really liked Jess, and still do, and I felt guilty about breaking things off over what was essentially a mistake when she was 18. But somehow another place in mind just wouldn't cooperate. I stupidly searched for the clip in question using a part of the title of the original clip I saw, and there were so many copies out there, some with quite a lot of views. It was really hard to get the whole thing out of my head, like when I thought about her, that video immediately popped up in my mind's eye. Another thing that happened is when I was talking to some friends, it became apparent that word had gotten out. Nobody told me up front, but I confronted another friend, and he basically fessed up that basically my entire friend group knew. I know the emotions don't really make sense, but it felt kind of humiliating to know that. I also realized that if I stayed with Jess, this probably would not be the last time this happened. Anyway, when all was said and done, deep down I knew I couldn't easily get past this. It would only bring misery to both me and Jess if I dragged it out. The breakup itself was a bit tough and emotional, but Jess was very civil and said she understood, so I am glad we left on good terms. I would be lying if I said I was happy, I mostly feel a range of emotions from sadness to guilt. But at the end of the day, I do think I made the right decision for myself. At this point, I am looking for a serious relationship, which ideally would be the one that I need to feel fully on board, which unfortunately was no longer the case with Jess. Best comments. You made the right move. Some mistakes you can't come back from, and this is one of them.